Hi guys, this is Katie, Adia, and Erin, and we are 29 and chronically online. Before we get into this episode, we wanted to remind you to follow us at wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcast, and we want to remind you to follow us on Instagram at 29and.co and on TikTok at 29and.co. We also have a YouTube channel where you can watch our video episodes. We thank you so much for your support, and now on to the juicy bits.
Welcome back to the pod, everyone. Today is going to be a really fun episode because two things. We have a very special guest and we are talking about an iconic piece of television. First, this special guest, I've known her since, was it like 2008, 2009?
We both say the wrong time frame.
I think we do.
Go with what your gut says.
I'll say 2008 because that gives like middle school freshman year vibes. Mm-hmm. So we went to the same middle school, but we weren't close in middle school. And then we were like high school. We started doing choir together and that's how we, became close. And now here we are a bajillion years later.
Oh God, not a bajillion.
It's a bajillion basically. Anyway, so without further ado, we have Stefani.
Hello.
Yay.
Thank you guys for having me on the pod. I do have a bone to pick. I mean, I know I'm coming in a little hot here, but
I know where this is going.
I do too.
Very surprised that I wasn't the first guest.
Okay.
Nepotism,
I knew where this was going.
I guess
the Nepo
nepotism
baby.
is alive and well, which is okay. That's fair. I would have my sister on my podcast first too, but just know I am a little offended.
You know what?
It
Be like that.
Yep.
It does. Like I said, nepotism. We know nepotism.
But we're like this is the
alive and
perfect
well.
episode. Yeah, true. This is the perfect episode for you to be on. Mm-hmm. So
true.
We're glad
I
you're
wouldn't
here.
have it any other way.
So it all worked out in
the
end. It did. Perfect timing.
Yes.
So today's topic, besides having Stefani here, is we're going to talk about the iconic piece of television that is Glee. I am very excited for this episode because it feels like everything I've worked up to until this point. Like one of my Roman empires is Glee. Like we were choir kids, we were musical theater kids. Like Glee was our moment. So
I was in an a cappella group in high school because of Glee. Like that's how
dedicated.
This ran so deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll get into talking about that in a little second. But before we begin our Glee talk, Stefani, we ask every single guest, what makes you a good guest to be on 29 and Chronically Online? Like, how are you chronically online?
Well, okay. So the obvious is obviously we grew up with the MySpace boom and then everything just took off from there. But I think my favorite thing and what makes me chronically online where I can be like, oh yeah, I know my stuff is when people are like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so about a random celebrity did this? And I'm already I know. Mm-hmm. When I can say, yeah, I know, which 10 times out of 10, I already am in the know of all the pop culture stuff because I'm on my phone 24/7. I have people notifications, page 6 notifications. I'm a Bravo stan.
Ooh.
I'm just in the thick of it. And there's very little things that I don't already know first. So my friends will come to me now instead of asking, did you see this? They'll be like, okay, we need to talk about this. And I'm like, I'm glad you're up to speed. Welcome. Let's chat. So
there's 100 more details for you.
Yes. Yes. I'm a subject.
I've already researched. It's going.
I'm I have 5 opinions. Which one do you want?
I have to ask, and you mentioned Bravo specifically. Do you have a favorite program or housewife city?
Yeah. So I absolutely love Atlanta. So I'm really sad that obviously it's not on anymore. That was such an iconic franchise, which brought us Mimi Lakes, who was on Glee. Roz Washington.
She was. That's right.
Comes back.
True.
It comes back to Glee. It does.
All roads lead back to Glee. I've always been a Vanderpump Rules stan even before Scandal happened.
Ooh, okay.
So that has been a big one for me. And then I also love Beverly Hills, like classic staple.
The OGs, yeah.
Yeah, we love to see it. They've gone through a lot too, and it's just mess, which I love.
We love mess. We love mess. Yeah.
We love mess.
We love mess. Love that. Well, you're definitely, you got your stripes, you earned your spot here on the pod.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe more than some of the Nepo babies.
Yes.
But you know what? I'll be the best.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
We're duking. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Battle
like,
of the
wait,
guests.
no, I don't want to do that. We'll see. We'll see at the end.
Everybody's got their thing, you know.
You mentioned your a cappella group because
God.
I was not a part of it, even though I auditioned for.
Oh, wait, Erin, how come you were never like in it? I don't understand.
Girl, I was played through
Hashtag
and
played.
through in
Hashtag.
high school.
Yeah.
So, like, we're not surprised, but we are with the talent levels that were in the a cappella group.
Well, yeah, like as some of the people who were in the group, I'm just like, there was a lack of talent there, and they only got in because they brown nosed their way in. So, and you know what? I think that we're not going to blame anyone or name names. I mean, we'll blame
Name
a couple
them.
people,
Name them.
but ultimately it falls on the adults that were in charge, and that's the T.
It's
Oh,
giving
and
Mr. Schuster.
they favored nepotism and favorites. So look at that, a theme.
Yeah.
A theme.
That sounds like the real
That's
Glee
the-
Club. They really
the
did that
team.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Real life Glee.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
Dia and Katie are
was.
like, oh God, this is like a therapy session. They're just like letting out like all their qualms.
Oh no, I love it. That's every episode
This
for us.
is literally.
I love
It's
it.
also
Except it's
so funny
real.
because, like, whenever me, Stephanie, and our other friend Dara, shout out Dara, get together and like chitty chat, it's always the same conversations and we bring up the same points,
But it's
but
a
we're still
different-
so heated about it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
like, it's been 11 years, but we're still like, remember that time? Remember how we were
And-
played?
That is how the hashtag played got
Yeah.
born out of our group conversations, because at one point or another, we were all consistently played by the choir system of Lake Braddock Secondary School. We're gonna name the name of the
System.
school.
Oh my god.
And it was a system, like, it was.
Yes.
So we were just like
There
passive
was-
stands.
there
Yeah,
was,
like I
like-
wasn't in choir. Okay.
No. Yeah. I mean,
we just
It
stand
was
from a distance.
cutthroat. Everything you see on Glee, it was that, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Like the divas, the different like personalities, just everyone thinking that they are the absolute best and that their shit doesn't stink. That was literally our choir department in a nutshell. Everyone was very talented. I'll give them that. Like we had a very talented class. Can't say
Yeah.
very much class that came after us, but we had a very talented class.
There's-
So it was like obviously going to be competitive.
I
Not me
love.
coming in
I
here
love
and
the
being
shade.
like,
Me too.
I
let
love
me
the
throw
shade.
shade.
Please.
We were like, oh, like, let's, like, obviously we have to talk about everything that happens, but also we were like, let's not name names. Let's like be
We
classy
haven't,
about
though.
it. We haven't. So
If you change your
It is what it
minds,
If you're listening and you think it's you, take that up
if the
with your
shoe
lawyer.
fits, like,
Yeah,
I don't
like,
The
know.
shoe fits.
The worst was when, so in season 1, episode 1 of Glee, when they sing Don't Stop Believing at the end, all in the red shirts, we tried to recreate that for some
They
reason.
did.
Like,
see
They
that.
did.
we wore all red shirts, we sung Don't Stop Believing, and it was
I
trash.
just remember vividly, like, the beginning where they're like, da, 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 da. And it's like, it was just off. It was like not matching up,
Nobody
like,
was like,
between the like 15 people in the group. Like, you're like,
yeah.
what? And so I'm
Everyone
just-
chose a different key.
Oh no.
Like,
they like
no.
played
And
their
everyone
pitch pipe
decided
and then they were like, we're done.
so Erin,
it
you
was like,
dodged
why
a
did
bullet.
we even blow the pitch pipe in the first place if none of us were going to be on the same key?
That's bad.
Sexy.
That is.
And I can
no, I
talk about
really-
it because I was on that
Yeah,
stage.
exactly.
And I
Yeah,
would
you were
sit there and
there.
be like, what
Yeah.
is happening?
Did you guys have like a fun name for the group, or was it just kind of like a cappella? Like, you know what I mean? Like they had the pitch perfect a cappellas. Like, you know,
Oh,
did you guys
yeah.
have a name?
I wish we got creative. We were
Okay.
literally just Lake Braddock a cappella.
Okay, that's fair. It was early.
Exactly.
We
yeah.
were, yeah.
Yeah.
We could have gotten creative. I think there was a couple of names thrown out, and when someone threw out New Directions, we were all like, okay, stop. Literally stop
Listen,
trying to make Glee happen. It's not going to happen.
Oh my
Not
god.
at our school.
No, not here.
not
It
with
was
this
an
budget
interesting,
we
yeah,
have.
it was an interesting time. And like, I remember we had to sign a petition to like even get the Glee club started.
I remember that.
And then
actually.
I'm pretty sure it dispersed like after we graduated, Erin. So
Yeah,
like
it has
was
to have.
short-lived. It like maybe was around for like 4 years.
And it started like us like in the middle, like our maybe sophomore or junior year, and then it like de-worded, you know.
Yes.
But one vivid memory I have of our choir experience is we always did a spring concert at the end of the year where we would sing like fun pop songs, and we were like, okay, let's stand. And so like everyone in the choir was like participating, and not just like the a cappella folks. Our select women's choir,
Oh God.
they were like, you know what we should do?
No.
We should do the Walking on Sunshine.
No.
What
The
was the other
mashup?
song?
Halo.
Yeah.
Halo, the Walking on Sunshine Halo mashup that they did at Glee. We all wore bright yellow.
No.
Looks
Bright
like
yellow.
it was crazy. And we were like, there were like 30 or
we
40
brought in
of
a
us.
choreographer too, and we all learned choreography. Like that song picked up so quickly. Oh my God, it was like listening back, I'm like, we sound like a bunch of like chipmunks, like just like squealing, like trying to keep up with the beat. Like it was not it.
And
like,
Halo is
and
not
those-
for the weak.
little dance
No.
moves too.
No.
You can't do Halo. I mean,
yeah,
like,
it's not like the
that's
ABC.
Beyonce.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Yeah.
And it's so high.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what
it
a
was
difficult
it was
song.
just not. And then they were like, obviously, since we're a choir program, they're like, you have to do like the soprano 2, like alto parts. And so we were like trying to do that, plus doing all these like crazy dance moves. And we were like, this is just not it. This is not the vibe.
Where did you perform this at? Like in front of
Yeah.
who? Like the students for spring?
Family.
Oh, okay.
Or it was our
Friends.
spring concert at
Yeah.
like 7:30 p.m. And so it was
Oh.
like just whoever bought a $5 ticket.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's
But-
wild. Did you guys have beef with like other choirs and like other a cappella groups? Like, did you do
there
like?
wasn't a beef within the group. It sounds
It sounds like yeah, but like, did
There
you
was
did
beef
you
within the group.
compete like
Oh yeah.
or anything?
We
Yeah.
we competed,
definitely-
but not like with other schools around us. We would like go on our spring trips to
Oh.
like New York or Florida or something.
okay.
And then there would be other choirs there that we would like sing against, but not with these fun poppy songs with like classical pieces.
Shout out like Braddock.
Shout out. Not shout out like
Yeah.
that.
No, I mean we can shout them out. We can shout them out for the trauma, but
Yeah, shout out for the trauma. Thank you. Loved that.
my therapist thanks you.
Anyway, let's shift to Glee because we were talking. So this show came out in 2009 and it just was so chaotic, so fun, and so everything I wanted a TV show to be at that
Yes.
time. I'm going to be
Everything.
honest.
Everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. The way that it tried to fit at least 3 social issues into one episode. Let's talk about
Yes.
it.
Every time there was always 100 things
Yes.
happening on that show.
It was like a musical Degrassi.
yes.
Like, it was
oh,
just
yes.
like
Yeah.
But with less heroin.
yes, but just
And like not really any sex because of the celibacy club, but
Yeah.
then like Quinn got pregnant, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Which that whole thing.
There's just so much that happens.
Where do you even
that
start?
Yeah, it's just they like you said, Aaron. They stuffed a lot into like each episode, and you're like,
Ryan
Yeah.
Murphy, his bills were due. Rent
oh,
was
rent
due.
due, car due,
Yeah.
like on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
it was insane. How
Isn't
like
he a nepo baby?
I
don't know.
Murphy,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know why. I
Maybe.
feel like he might
Speaking
be.
of Ryan Murphy, the fact that he can create Glee
And
and,
then
then
American Horror
create
Story?
American Horror Story, like
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on in his brain?
trauma.
Get you
It,
hands
it
to
has
the
to be.
bells.
It has to be because that's
Literally
insane.
trauma.
I mean, we thank you, Ryan Murphy, for giving us Glee because, like, I felt like I was finally like heard, like, because I was that chaotic and I was that like
you were like, oh, there are other.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was like Rachel Berry, but like not like outward. Like I totally related to her because I'm like, I have to be number one all the time, but I can't sing. And that's why I hated Demi Lovato back in the day, because she could sing. Anyway, that's a whole other topic.
That's a Joe Jonas topic.
I feel like there was more to that, like one Joe Jonas maybe.
Yeah, there's more there, but I was definitely like Rachel Berry-esque. So seeing like her in this show, I'm like, this is me. Like this is
misunderstood.
Yeah, it was like looking in a mirror.
To be a star. Yeah,
absolutely, 100%, 100%. So I get it. And
it's
then
just like the way this show like continues to plague my life. Like when I look on my Facebook memories, there is constantly something that I posted on my wall about watching Glee. People are.
I was counting down the days to Glee. I was like, it's coming back, y'all. Facebook status. Like no one needed to know that.
No,
but
and people were commenting. I mean, mine have comments and likes and Discord.
It was a whole wave. Like it like literally did change like the trajectory of like.
Yeah, it was one of the first shows that like I feel like everyone that I knew was watching it, because there were other shows similar, like there was Gossip Girl that people watched, but it was also still only like a few of my friends versus like Glee was like anybody I talked to in high school like knew of that show and knew what was going on that show.
And also that's back when we actually watched like shows when they came out at like 8 o'clock and not like binge them. So like you had to be home, you had to be ready to go, like you sat, popcorn, all like you had to be
Tuesdays at 8, baby.
Exactly. Like you didn't have any other plans. So I definitely miss that about like shows, is now you don't get that like once a week feeling of like that high of watching a Glee episode and like listening to the song. Exactly. Like
the collective of like everyone sitting together like at the same time to watch it, and then like going to school the next day and talking about it too. Like
the debrief.
Did you see this?
Yeah,
like immediately like bonded. I feel like a whole generation. And I feel like you were in two boats. You either really like were obsessed, loved, die hard, like GLEEK, or you absolutely hated Glee and everything it stood for and was like, ew, what is going on here? There was literally no in between.
But you still knew it.
You couldn't be casual about that.
Yeah.
Oh no. You were all in or you weren't.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then, I mean, controversial here, but some of the Glee versions are better than the original version.
So like many.
And that's why it was so good, because you're like, wait, hold on.
They just hit that.
They made it better than the original. And I think that's what made it so popular, is because you listen to the Glee version, like Taylor's version. Who? No. It's the Glee version.
The original Kelly Clarkson.
No,
like
literally,
cover
these
issue.
versions are superior. It's like every time I hear a song, I'm like,
this is
they're.
This is not hitting like
like the Glee
what's
version.
The Glee version of this? Like if something comes up on Shuffle like from a while ago, and then like I go look, I'm like, oh my god, no, there was. Okay, that's why I hate this version.
Yeah, and there's even like songs that come out now, and I'm like, oh, this song would fucking kill on Glee if Glee was still around.
Yes.
Like I just imagine like what the plot would be for the song. Like
there would be a whole Olivia Rodrigo episode.
Thank you.
It would be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine?
And that's what we needed, honestly.
Yes.
But then there's also some things where it's like we did not need Glee to cover.
Yeah.
You know, like we did not need to see like their take.
It was a filler.
Hamilton.
It was a filler for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
I saw Rocky Horror. That's enough for me. I don't need Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we don't need their take on that, but we did need an Olivia Rodrigo episode.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know they would have done a K-pop one, and it would have been a mess.
Had to.
Oh
yeah,
my
they would have.
God.
Who do you think would have been?
Had Tina front and
center. That's what I was gonna say.
And Mike Chang next to her.
Yep.
Right
the token.
Then,
No, I honestly don't think they would have, because they were very anti about anyone that wasn't Rachel and Finn giving them solos. Like
That's true.
Mercedes had to fight for hers. Like Tina and Mike, who like even for the K-pop moment, they would have been like, and you two can do like a presentation on like the cultural like relevance of this.
And Mike can dance.
Well, they did do Gangnam Style, and they did. Who was that? Who did that one?
Oh, true.
That was Cordova Street, wasn't it?
I feel like
that was not great.
No,
I think of that, and I think of Blurred Lines.
I
hated that plot line. I hated that plot line. It was so cringe.
Just that song I can't do, and then that one.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was like Will Schuster, like Mr. Schu was singing Blurred Lines.
That's
in a high school
I hate
hallway.
that man.
So inappropriate.
I wanted to vomit.
Yeah.
Done. I was like, because we were like, okay, let's talk about the, you know, songs that we love, songs that we like could have done without. And all the songs that I could have done without are Will Schuster songs.
The song?
Like,
please.
Why are you singing that?
That is like
Endless Love. Why are you singing that with Rachel?
Yeah. I will say the one non-Mr. Schu song that I was like, this is odd, was when Idina Menzel and Rachel or Leah Michelle are singing Poker Face, like the really slow piano version together. Like their voices are great, but I was like, this is a weird song for a mom and daughter to be singing together. Like,
listen,
in the context of things. And like they had just found out too, I'm pretty sure that like they were mother and daughter, and that's the song they chose. A weird plot line for sure.
Idina Menzel being her mom was just a weird plot line in general, because she kind of like came back randomly, I feel like, too. And it's like, this is just like a weird vibe. Like, I don't...
I see what they were trying to do with it, but...
Well, she's iconic and we love her, but
Adele
it was weird. Yeah, Adele Dazeem. Yeah, exactly. You know who would have been a good guess?
Who? Adele Dazeem?
Yeah, what's his name? John Travolta.
Oh, yeah. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
They did have Olivia Newton-John, didn't they?
Yes, they
did.
did.
They did.
So they totally could have gotten him.
Yeah.
The one guess that stands out to me was like Gwyneth Paltrow. Like,
yes.
Oh yeah.
I loved her.
Me too.
Okay. I was about to say
Yeah.
I love Gwyneth Paltrow. Period.
Something
but...
about her, like she was on Hot Ones recently, and I was just like, I kind of
She's
love your
fun.
energy.
She's
Actually,
fresh.
like,
She's like,
you
know,
keep selling me shit
watched
that's
the,
$600.
When she like first appeared into their Glee room as their like sub, and when she sang was it FU?
Yeah.
Or Forget You. Yeah. And I was like, wait, this is kind of a bop. Like I'm loving also
That's
her outfit. I was like, I'm loving this.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people were like, wait, Gwyneth can sing? And I'm like, yes, Gwyneth can sing. Her as Holly Holiday is forever iconic. And the fact that they would bring her back, I'm like, we love to see it. Like every time they were like, oh, you have a sub, and she would waltz in the room, I'm like, amazing. Like Ryan Murphy knew what he was doing.
She was a better, like, so her energy to me feels very Cameron Diaz and Bad Teacher, but better. Like she did it better than Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
So I love, and Forget You by Gwyneth Paltrow is one of the Glee songs that is like currently on a playlist of mine that like I will run to. So shout out Gwyneth.
Shout out.
Shout out Gwyneth.
Send us some
Shout
stuff.
out Gwyneth. If you're listening, we love you.
We love Goob.
We love your work.
One thing, I totally forgot until like right now, because since we're talking about like Glee in high school, I did the talent show my junior year of high school. And so it was me and it was my friend who's an actual singer who can actually sing. And she sang. I danced. I made up the dance on the spot. I didn't practice. I didn't do anything. But the song that I danced to is "Don't Stop Believin" Glee version.
Oh my god!
And I literally get on the stage. It's an auditorium. It's packed. You know, I get on the stage and I'm turned back around. It's like, dun, 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 dun. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna wing it, baby. And I was just twirling and spinning and just like doing stuff I saw in the show, and I won. Talent show. And my friend, who's an actual singer, who's talented in the talent show, it's just been like a running gag of like. How did
the
you
Glee version for me?
That's what I'm saying. It was the Glee version that like won people over.
The energy. Yeah.
That's why I won. Only reason.
I love that.
But it was a very long song.
Iconic.
Like it was a very long song. I was like, cut it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I've done my piece.
You're like jazz hands off the stage.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, bye.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I feel like that happened with like in Glee a bunch where they would not cut the songs and like some of them just went on for too long, and then we were like. When they would sing it like in the choir room, and it was just like the other Glee members just staring at them, and then like Rachel Berry just singing, and you're like,
we get
and
it.
It was always Rachel.
Always. Always.
I mean, she did have some pipes. Let's give her that.
Oh, absolutely.
Another icon that is on Glee is Jonathan Groff as Jesse St. James.
Oh, I love him.
Everything.
I love him.
Do you guys remember when he threw an egg at Rachel and like they end up married in the end? I'm sorry, but if you threw an egg at me, we are not getting married.
Game over. Done.
Like, spoiler alert, sorry for anyone who hasn't seen it, but she ends up marrying Jesse St. James.
Yeah. They just had too much chemistry, and Ryan Murphy didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. He's so talented. And when him and Rachel and Finn all sung Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yes. Yeah.
Lives were changed.
Yeah.
He should have been on that show more. Honestly,
he really should have. Every time like vocal adrenaline and like he came up, I was like, honestly, this is it.
Sometimes their songs were better. Oh yeah, like it's giving because of Jonathan.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nothing wrong, Rachel. We're tired of hearing your voice though. Jesse, like, we love you.
Rhapsody when they sang it, and another one, Bites the Dust. Like, you're joking. Those were iconic hits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, and then their performance too. Tears above
the dance moves,
the New Direction.
Okay.
Also,
they had the budget.
Yeah. The Warblers too. They were always out singing them.
Like
that could be an episode.
The Warblers.
The Warblers. Like everything they did was so good. Like the Blaine Anderson effect.
Oof. The Teenage Dream cover.
Oh my gosh.
But you cannot sing that song anymore.
Exactly.
Every song he
version
sung.
probably more than the regular version of Teenage Dream.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm not sorry.
No, it's better.
Nope.
I feel like we're
Darren Chris ate with that one.
Yeah, we're naturally getting to the Grant Gustin Santana Lopez cello off. Like,
yeah.
Oh
my
God.
Lives
were this past weekend, and I was like,
I remember like just watching it, be like, wow. This is cinema. Like
should have won an Emmy.
Like,
just that.
This is a Grammy and Emmy. Like it's just
I was explaining to my roommate because I was telling my roommate, I was like, oh, we're doing Glee. We're talking about songs, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, there's this one episode where, because she had never watched Glee, I was like, there's this one episode where they throw a slushie. They throw slushies at people. And then like,
oh, yeah.
Santana was like, you threw a slushie at my guy. Like he has to get eye surgery now, blah, blah, blah. And then they do a Smooth Criminal, like, song to see who's better. And she was like, they didn't call the police. They did it. And I was like, no, they did a song and danced to Smooth Criminal. And it was iconic.
When you have to explain the episode, you're like, it doesn't go. But watching it, you're like, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
I was like, I sound crazy, but I was like, this was television.
Also, we have
that's the only way to solve the problem. Why would you even call the cops?
Yeah. We have to do a shout out to Grant Gustin because he's from here. So love you, King.
True. Shout out Grant Gustin.
You were once at a regatta that I was at, just like from a distance. We didn't see each other.
I'm one person away from him. My friends went to his wedding.
And he was the Flash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love that.
The first season of the Flash on CW. Perfect.
Only
television.
the first season? I thought he was a...
Oh, he was in
he was the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was like,
just shouting out the first season.
Yep, just shouting out the first season. Things got a little rough after that.
I kind of have a hot take about Glee. I rewatched the pilot episode in preparation for this just because like I'd been rewatching it. I was like, let me go back and watch the first episode because I had made it all the way to the end. And I was like, let's restart. And I was watching the first episode and like Terry, do you guys remember when Will was married to her?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And honestly, kind of justice for her. And I know that's a hot take. And I remember watching it and absolutely hating Terry. But I was watching it back and I was literally like, she was just a wife who wanted to spend time with her husband, wanted to buy stuff from Crate and Barrel, and wanted to have a baby. Like, she really, if you boil it down, that's all she really wanted from Will. And yet here Will is flirting with the guidance school counselor, and the guidance school counselor is like fully like playing into it. I was like, is Emma kind of a homewrecker?
Oh, she for sure is.
Oh, yeah.
Because my hot take is that I hate William Schuster. I don't know.
That's not even a hot take.
I don't think it's a hot take.
For sure.
That's not a hot take.
We hate him.
He's the villain.
He's the villain of the whole show. And so
Yes.
I mean, I do think there's definitely things she did wrong. Like, but I know what you mean. Because
sure.
like she did not have to pretend to have like be pregnant and have like the blow up belly.
Yeah.
And then try to get Quinn's baby. Like,
She was definitely a Looney Tune for sure. But that first episode, watching it back, I was like, has me kind of feeling a little bad for Terry. But then the episodes after that, you're like, okay, never mind, Terry, you lost me.
Well, yeah, because she's like, you're gonna spend more time at school, like for less money, like because
she just wanted her husband to make money and have a kid.
Yeah,
I get it. We support women's rights and wrongs.
So
Absolutely.
true. So true.
Truly.
So.
Well, not necessarily all of Terry's wrongs.
Not all. Yeah, some of them. A little bit.
Some of them, for
But
sure.
over Will Schuster?
Yeah,
Yes.
his
Oh,
wrongs
deserved.
were his wrongs were more.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone was like, Sue Sylvester's the villain, but no, Will
babe.
Schuster was 100% the villain. And honestly, Sue Sylvester, like her comebacks, like when she caught out his butt chin and like,
And it was so valid.
Yes.
yes, like
Yeah.
her
Saying the
comebacks
truth.
and her insults. We love to see it, honestly. I was like, this is what the show needs because the audience hates Will.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
know.
wonder if that was like written in the script or like Sue coming up with it like on the fly because like just looking at Matthew Morrison, like
So easy.
I mean,
Yeah.
easy.
Didn't
Truly.
she say he had like pube hair one time
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
The writers also really hated.
Oh,
Will
they
Schuster,
must
like, I
have.
don't know.
They must
Apparently.
have for sure. Yeah.
Well, they definitely wanted like Justin Timberlake. They wrote the role for him.
yeah.
So
100%,
yeah.
when they got stuck with Matthew Morrison, they were probably like,
Stuck.
darn, all right, let's make this guy as unlikable as possible. Like I'm sure there is a version of Will Schuster that was actually very likable. And then once he was casted, they were like, never mind.
That show's a fever dream sometimes.
It
I
really
know.
is. It really is. I would have loved to seen like a pandemic episode.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine Rachel Berry having to be in a quarantine? Like,
Yeah.
No.
just
Emma in quarantine.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my
Emma would
gosh.
have lost her mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It would have been like a bubble boy moment, like Emma just.
But I think Will would have been an anti-masker.
Oh, for sure.
Like she's
Yeah.
so scared, and he's like, "But we don't need it." You know what I mean? Like
he'd
it's
say
like,
something stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I do have a hot take. I always tried to skip Kurt's parts. I just didn't.
Poor Kurt.
Just like the voice wasn't.
It
for
was
me.
the voice. It was the talking voice. It was too
Oh,
much. For...
not even the singing.
No, he's a great singer, but like I'm saying like when
Yeah.
Kurt's on the screen, like the Kurt bits, I'm just like,
You were like, oh, let me go to the bathroom. Let me grab some.
like this is my
cookies,
intermission.
like-
yeah,
Oh,
like this
gosh.
is my time. And then when he gets Blaine, maybe I was just a little jealous that he got with
Honestly,
Blaine. But
I could see.
Yeah.
Like
I was like,
Fair.
Darren Criss like was that man on that show.
and he wasn't even gay, which
Ri-
is
yeah,
more
yeah.
infuriating
Yeah.
to find out.
Yeah.
But what a good actor.
No, I think that was a win for straight women everywhere when we found out
Yes.
that Darren Criss wasn't gay. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, a point for us.
Oh, there's a chance.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Because he's such a good boyfriend. Like,
Right.
love
Right.
him. He's a good friend.
As-
He can sing.
Until he cheated on Kurt, but we skipped that.
Kurt
We
deserved
pretend-
it.
Honestly, you're
Again,
valid for
skip the
that.
parts. No.
He was being wild. Anyway,
Yeah.
we love you, Blaine.
We love you,
We
Blaine.
forget
yeah,
about
yeah.
Blaine.
Did you guys watch the spin-off Glee show where they were trying to find someone?
The Glee
like
Project?
Yeah, the Glee
Glee
Project.
Project.
That was good.
Yes, that
And
little
then-
Irish man that won. That
Yeah.
They
and
brought him on?
He literally just popped
Brought him
up.
on?
Yeah. And it was...
Not the little Irish man. I'm dead. That is the funniest way that you
What
could
was
have
his name?
described him.
Like David or Danny or something.
I don't know.
I cannot remember.
I'm
but he
blanking
was,
on his name, but I like little Irish man.
Yeah. That was good.
That's who he was.
Yeah, and he was in the show for a season or so,
Mhm.
maybe a little more. But
Mhm. Reminds me of like a Walmart Nile.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
But accurate. That's fair.
I had to
So
like
funny.
picture him again. I'm like, what a okay. Walmart.
I agree.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I will say, like, that second wave of like where like everyone went to like college or whatever, and
It got
Rachel
rough.
and them were doing their thing in New York City. And that second wave of like students, it was kind of like a slow rollout for me. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling this at all.
Mhm. Mhm.
The only one I think I still like really like champion their career is Becca. I just absolutely loved her.
Is that
And
Melissa Benoist, Supergirl?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she was the only one that was like actually I feel like worth watching, but maybe that's just me being biased.
You like talking about them in New York reminded me of Sarah Jessica Parker and like the Let's Have a
Yes.
Kiki.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna talk about when they all worked at that diner
Oh, okay.
and Adam,
yeah.
what's his name?
Lambert.
Came in and then was like beefing with Kurt. Like that
oh
was
my
iconic
God.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because he was from American Idol, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was like giving the same energy.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when Santana was Rachel's understudy on Broadway.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just see.
Yeah, what is that?
Like, what's going on?
You say that sentence and you're like, wait, what? Yeah. They're from Ohio.
That's what I'm saying.
Or like they're both on Broadway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. One piece of writing though, I will say, was like such a good idea was when Rachel was auditioning and she just like
forgot
and bombed it. And she was like, no, wait, like let me try again.
And they're like whoopee.
Next.
Like that's
Iconic.
and they're like, no, cut the lights. Like, we're done. And she's like, no, please. And like, oh, this is so sad. But like,
the
also,
way I probably cried watching that.
Oh yeah,
like for sure.
Yeah, it was like heartbreaking. But I'm also like, this is the first time you don't get something that you really wanted. So
I feel like at the time it was like season 3 or something, right? Like
3 or 4, because it was like when they were going to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, I feel like it was too close to home because like I was auditioning for like music schools and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is too close. This is too real.
Barbara Streisand.
I thought she had a cameo in Glee.
In Funny Girl or not in Glee?
I don't.
Barbara,
I think we're saying
yes, Funny Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Barbara, no Glee.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought they got her for like
that would
one.
have been like a big thing.
But this is like
her.
Leah Michelle's like lore. Like
yeah.
Also Rachel Berry and Leah Michelle are like one and the same. Like I don't think the lines are blurred. Like they're 100% the same person and they're both obsessed with Babs. Speaking of Leah Michelle,
please take us there.
Please. I'm ready because I've been waiting for this part.
We've all been counting.
Yeah, so the rumors that she can't read
are true.
They're
true. To bring them up.
100% true. She cannot read. She is illiterate.
Jonathan Groff reads her every tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like yes, and Ryan Murphy would tell her and feed her lines. Like I believe it.
I've watched so many videos on that. I'm like, this is legit.
Is a fact.
This is legit. Like this isn't like flat earth theory. This is like actual hard evidence. Like you give her a book and she has no idea what's going on.
For sure. I honestly believe it. When she came on TikTok and everybody was like, she can't even read these comments, and then there were like emojis reacting. It's like, please. Please.
Oh my
gosh. Though, like even if she like can read, like I love that she's leaning into it.
Yes.
If for on the off
keeping
chance,
her name out there, I mean,
the way even
on the
if
off chance she actually can read, thanks for playing into the bit.
Whenever I think about her not being able to read, I think of like the photo, like the selfie with the tan jacket, and Lin-Manuel Miranda has one too. Lin would have definitely been on Glee if it was still around, for sure.
They had like a lot of subs or a lot of like random teachers or like directors of like other schools that they would then compete against. Like Neil Patrick Harris when he was on.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Oh, yeah.
We love him.
Okay, that is one song when him and Will Schuester sing Dream On.
Oh my
I think
God.
it's just because of Neil Patrick Harris that I'm like, I love this. But like I was
what
like,
a performance. Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, wow.
Sorry, I'm on
She's
Wikipedia.
like deep in Wikipedia. Like not that deep, but like you're gonna get there. I can see
I'm
it.
clicking all the things, but I totally remembered that Kevin McHale used to be in a band before Glee, and I listened to that band before Glee, and it was like a boy band. And they were actually really good.
When he's like an amazing dancer.
Yes,
like, that's the
and
gag.
they put him in a wheelchair.
That
Rude.
is the gag, yeah.
Rude. But oh gosh, what was it called? NLT. They were so good. Travis Garland, Kevin McHale. Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was so
I
good.
remember finding that out and being like, oh my gosh.
This is a good time.
I remember finding out he could walk. And I was like,
he can walk. Darren Criss is straight. Like
Jonathan Groff is gay.
Literally
What
all
else?
these things.
What else?
Puck was a pedophile.
Okay.
oh no.
So we were just gonna skip this.
Yeah.
And that's all we'll say about that.
Leah Michelle can't read.
Leah Michelle can't read.
There it is.
The show had everything.
They did.
Kevin McHale can actually walk.
In and outside of the show, like
they have
50
it all.
topics on an episode, 50 topics outside in their personal lives. Like we love to see it.
Can we talk about though just the devastation when Corey Monteith did and finding out that he was a drug addict? Like I would have never in my life thought that. And especially being in high school, you're like, this is like, you feel like you know him. And then that happening, like in real life, you're like, wait, like what? Like this doesn't even... And he was Canadian.
Yeah, I like remember where I was too when it came out. Like,
yeah, I remember
like,
getting the like e-news text because I had those
Yeah.
notifications on my flip phone.
Not a
I got
text,
the
I
e-news
know.
text and I was like,
Oh my
you're
gosh.
joking. What?
like him and Leah Michelle, like being a couple in real life as well. I was like, holy moly, like
OTP.
how do they like come back from that? Like, I firmly believe that obviously Finn and Rachel would have been in game,
For sure.
but I firmly believe that those two would have gotten married too in real life.
Oh,
like,
I think so
100%.
too. Yeah.
at least first marriage. I mean, it's Hollywood, but
Yeah.
you know, it would have been their first marriage for each, you know, and it would have been a young marriage and they maybe would have gotten one kid out of it. But like for sure, like they would have been like in game in real life too.
Yeah.
Gosh. Ugh.
So sad.
I'm just looking at the paragraphs and paragraphs.
I mean,
the
it's a long
content
Wikipedia
that
page.
goes on.
I'm sure there's controversy where like some of the stuff that was covered was definitely like people complained for sure.
Yeah. Texting while driving is one of the topics on here.
Oh,
yeah, when Quinn got hit by
with
that
Quinn.
car.
Yeah.
They, like,
when she was like rushing to their wedding
her and
then she
Artie
texted.
Were they like doing like a wheel off or something? Like a
they dated, didn't they, at one point?
Not a wheel off.
Sorry.
But yes.
You know what I mean.
Wild.
They did choreography with the wheelchairs.
No, I know.
I didn't mean a wheel off.
Have you guys heard that she's like a bitch in real life?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Me too.
Dyslexia is on here. Adoption. Religion. Rumors is on here. Teenage drinking.
Oh, I remember that where they all like get drunk in the basement.
Oh, that was good. That was a good episode.
Did you learn anything from it? No, I'm kidding.
Not much. Nope.
That was
looks like fun.
Yeah, a good time. Oh man, pregnancy
funny.
scares. Can we talk about Cord Overstreet's oversized mouth?
Have to talk about that, man.
Trouty mouth. Like we
Trouty
have.
mouth.
Trouty mouth. I can't believe they actually put that in the show because like it's not a character. Like that's him.
Right.
That's
it's like the butt chin. Like that's you, bro.
That's you. And they carried
the
Trout
writers
mouth
were
like
just like hated
out for
all the
blood.
cast and we're just typing along trying to
Could
get
you
all their
imagine?
insecurities and
writers
about it
finding
in
an
the script.
insecurity about you and then putting it in
and it
seasons
being
long.
a season
I
long
just
gag.
like imagine, you know that that meme of the what are those guys who do the pranksters or whatever, where they're like laughing behind the scenes. What are they called?
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
yeah.
The meme of them laughing and like it's like tell the person to blah blah blah. Like it's like the writers in the room being like, let's
Tell him he's
put
got a
Trouty
big
mouth
ass mouth.
in the script, and then them like giggling. Like, 100% a meme that needs to be made.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it really is. He did have.
They
a
were
bop,
ready to
though.
roast, honestly.
Yeah.
They were.
I wish I was a writer on Glee. I would have been ready to roast.
That's what made it so big too.
Yeah.
Like we love that you leaned into it. Like he has a big ass mouth.
He does.
Like who cares? He did have a bop though that came out. I think it's called "Hold On." They played it in Vampire Diaries. That song on a playlist. It's not Glee.
Interesting.
It's separate.
Let's
Speak your
talk about
truth online.
Mercedes. Like, because she was
That girl.
iconic and deserved way more than
For sure.
anybody in Glee or in the writer's room gave her.
I think
Oh
so
yeah,
too.
100%.
The pipes.
I love that like they ended it with her like going on tour to open for Beyonce. I was like, I would expect nothing less from
Exactly.
Mercedes than this to be her like ending.
Yeah, because her
love it.
voice, amazing.
Yeah.
truly.
Actual,
Amber Riley, shout out.
Yeah,
Shout out.
huh.
Not us shouting her out as if like we know her.
I feel like I
She
do.
listens to the pod, don't you know?
Oh, hello, Amber.
Corey Gamble listens.
He sure does.
He
And
does.
Matt Barzal does too.
Honestly,
Gosh.
Glee could not be made today. Like you could
No.
not
No.
make episode 1 today as a fresh show and it
Oh no.
and it succeed. It couldn't.
It would have
happen.
been canceled after that one episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
pilot
it
for a
doesn't-
reason.
Yeah.
like pass the test of time.
No, for sure.
No.
And it was a moment in time, and you
It
can't
was.
go back
Yeah.
and watch it for the first time now. If you're going back to watch it, you've seen it before.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It needed to be like early 2010s. Like it
had to
just
be.
had to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Should we move to our recasting?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
We shall.
So Hollywood would cancel it today, but if it was rebooted, this is who we'd want.
This is who we want.
It would be like rebooted, and then like they would have to change everything about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So it'd be a completely new show.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be pitch perfect.
No, literally.
We could also look at this from the lens of like either if it was made today or even like back then. Like, let's recast.
Yeah.
Actually recast this. Thank you.
Mine is from the viewpoint of if it was made today.
Yeah, mine too.
I can't wait to see yours, Adia. I was going based off people's energies. It sounds like you were going based off of just like chaos.
Just chaos.
The devil. And
I was going off of chaos, and I was thinking what would be the best thing to watch.
Okay.
Like,
you want
Okay,
reality
fair.
TV.
I wanted like a reality TV version of Glee. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I went for.
Ooh, I love that.
That's what I went for.
Okay, I think we start with Sue. Can you see everyone or I'll just do this? Okay.
There's a lot of pictures
There's
on the
a
screen.
lot going on, and there's not anything in common.
No, there
Any of them.
not one thing in common.
So we really got to hear.
What a fun collage.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll go first. So I picked for Sue Sylvester. I was like, okay, Janelle James or Catherine O'Hara. I think Janelle James, we see her as an educator already in Abbott Elementary, shout out. And then I think she could be like, I mean, she is that head bitch in charge. So like she could be Sue, I think. And then today I had like just a moment where I was like, I saw a video of Catherine O'Hara and I was like, she could also be Sue.
Yeah.
So that's why she's there.
Catherine O'Hara's a good one, Erin.
That is a good one.
Because I love Janelle James, but do we want to typecast her already as an educator?
True.
But
no.
I love the choice. But Catherine O'Hara's a good one too.
I picked Kate McKinnon. I just think her energy in the Barbie movie was like, I feel like Sue could, like it's a little bit more like silly, but also like serious, like she is. And I think she'd be able to like deliver those one-liners so well. I just love Kate McKinnon, and I think she could bring like that comedic relief that we would need from Sue, but also like the serious, like funny.
For sure.
I chose Charlize Theron, mainly because she just gives off like head bitch energy, like less of like the funniness, but more of like the she'll kick your ass and like not care afterwards. And I loved that vibe. I feel like she'd make a good Sue for sure. So, but if I had to pick, I'd say Catherine O'Hara.
You're like looking at the collage.
Now that I see the vision,
yeah.
I would go with Catherine O'Hara for sure.
Some of these came to me easier than others, and I could not find a Sue, which you can probably tell because who are these choices? So,
I need to know about this. Yes.
Yeah, so my two choices, like Nina Dobrev and Elijah Wood. But the thing, the thing with Elijah Wood is I also wanted him to be Emma Pillsbury, because like I can see it.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I also was like, I would love to see him as Sue Sylvester though too. Like I feel like he could do it. I don't know why. Just something about, and especially in that photo, like he's kind of giving like crazy. Well, maybe it's not the crazy.
Kind of. Kind of. He's staring at my soul.
We love you. Frodo Baggins, my king. But and then Nina Dobrev came to me in a vision. But I get less head bitch in charge. But like I just feel like something about her could be snarky enough maybe to be Sue. But I think I'm leaning Elijah Wood a little bit. Also for Emma, but he's not on my Emma slide.
That's a choice.
Yeah,
for sure.
I love it.
I don't
okay, Mr. Schuster.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so for mine, I picked Jonathan Bailey just because I want him in here. But if we were going like chaotic, I picked Jordan Fisher.
That's a choice, Erin.
That is a choice.
Jordan Fisher is better than this.
Yeah, he is.
I said what I said, so
this slide is wild as fuck.
I picked Neil Patrick Harris because he was one of my favorites to guest star on Glee, and because I believe like Matthew Morrison or Mr. Shoe's like old nemesis from high school. So
not nemesis. I can't stop looking at this. I
was like, wait, did I get that wrong?
No, you're good. You're good.
But like, I was just like, Neil Patrick Harris could make Mr. Schuster actually likable.
I think you're right.
And he's talented. We love him.
yeah.
You don't need to explain anything.
It explains itself.
Like, I like that this is the picture you chose.
Yes.
Because that's the energy he gives. Like Mr. Schuster is just like he thinks he's hot, and it's like stop.
For the audio listeners, Adia picked Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo gives off that energy of like thinking that he's just so talented and so hot, but like he's humble about it. But really, it's like
the problem is I actually like Jason Derulo. Well, you guys already know I was a stan. I put on his album.
Oh, for sure.
After one of our episodes once, and every single song was already in my liked. I mean, it's like album 1 and 2, like not his recent shit, but like this is triggering for me.
But it's true though. It's true.
He does give that chaotic like Mr. Shoot energy.
It's true.
And also like I feel like with TikTok now, like if they made it, like he would just be going crazy.
Thank you.
And like making the kids like do TikToks with him, and they'd be like, Mr. Shu, like please, can we just sing a song and learn?
Thank you. This is probably the best option I have in this whole slide.
No, I heard of another one that I think is better. I can't wait to get there. I think my choice is obvious. Justin Timberlake. We've said it. I mean, Stephanie said it already that we think it was written for him, and just like he's such a creep, and I hate him. And I
like this picture is so much.
I picked this one specifically because I saw it and I was like, I hate you. So nothing else to say. We've been
funny.
new.
Justice for Britney.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
So real.
Anytime I see this man, I have to say it.
Yeah, for sure.
Real.
Man.
Okay, Emma Pillsbury. I picked Anna Kendrick just because I was like, you know, I've seen some of her roles of like, I mean, she's like can be kooky, but then I was like, oh, you know, like more calm and like just I don't know. I was like, I could just see her being Emma. I have no like real points, but I was like, I can just see her being this.
Yeah.
Side note, the real Emma went to like Gemma Mays, I think is her name. She went to Radford, which I went to Radford too. So shout out Radford.
Yeah.
Putting us on the map. I picked Kristen Bell just because I feel like she could give off like that really like wholesome energy that Emma has. And I also feel like she could really like nail the OCD portion of Emma's personality. And like she can sing, obviously. Like I did not know she could sing until she was Princess Anna in Frozen. And then I was like, dang, I want her in all musicals moving forward now.
Oh, I would also like to preface, I don't know if any of these people can sing. I just pick people.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But I love that.
Yeah. I picked Kate Mara. Might be controversial take, but like I think Emma is actually not like the sweetest, nicest little thing. Like I think there's like some
she's a homewrecker. We
thank
discovered.
you. And I'm not buying it. So like Kate Mara has played really good roles of like being like a conniving, sneaky little bitch. And
Wasn't she in The Teacher?
She was in The Teacher. She was in House of Cards. Exactly. And that's just the energy that I get from Emma. So I'm like, Kate Mara would be perfect for this because she would play into that very well.
I like can't even look at her face because of that.
No,
show.
yeah,
like,
it's disgusting.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Man, I picked Kristen Stewart. I also put in parentheses, could we see her as Sue? I could see her as Sue. But something about Kristen Stewart is it kind of giving the same as like what you were saying with like she could play the crazy of Emma, I think. And I just Kristen Stewart could do it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Principal Figgins. I was like, justice for Harry Shum Jr. And I was like, bring him back.
I do love that.
Let him have a moment.
Recirculate.
So,
yeah.
I mean, all good like reboots has like one random character from like the original and like a random like ancillary role. So that's actually kind of perfect.
Yeah, I think so too.
I picked Andy Serkis. I don't know if you guys remember him from, well, he was in 13 Going on 30 as like the boss.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he could bring that like energy that he has, like that silly, goofy energy in that role. And then he's also like in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
So like he can kind of be a villain too at times. So I'm just like, for some reason I pictured him and I was like, that man.
Once you see one, sometimes it's like, I can't unsee this now, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the vibe.
Yeah. I picked Steve Carell.
Amazing.
But only this version, not the hot version, like old version now. Like the this version Steve Carell, just because like
the one in 2009.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I just think he just plays into like being like that idiot, that simpleton, but just also like thinking that he's like really in charge of things
and like doing the right thing.
Yeah. So he would do a killer job for sure.
I don't know if originally we were doing Principal Figgins, but like in a vision, Henry Golding came to me. So I was like, that's my choice. Also, I need him to be employed.
I was going to say, yeah, I have.
I mean, he's actually he's in a movie this year. I know, maybe 2, but I'm like, you need like something on rotation. You know what I mean? Like we need you in something 22 eps, 45 minutes.
Yes.
Like I need more of you in my life. So came to me in a vision, in a dream.
I love it.
I think he's too hot to be Principal Figgins.
But I think
like,
he's like, could
like
be...
Figgins, you have to be like, I feel like not hot.
I don't know. I got like weird undertones.
Yeah,
from
he's
him.
too hot.
Oh,
he's too hot.
Interesting.
Henry Golding?
It could be
no from Principal Figgins. I got like some, you know, and I just feel like Principal Figgins was direct, but like almost like to a silly extent. I feel like he could do it. I don't know. I feel like he could. But
sorry, didn't mean
like that.
Figgins hot.
No, I appreciate it.
I did.
Smash.
Maybe not. Yeah.
okay.
This is a spread.
Rachel Berry. What a iconic spread. Anyway, I picked Lola Tung. I Googled a video of her singing in Hadestown because I was like, I know she's on Broadway currently, but I was like, do the vocals match, you know, what I need Rachel Berry to portray? And it did. So I was like, okay, I think she could be like, I don't know. I had a vision and I saw Lola with the voice too. So I was like, okay, love.
I don't think anyone can come as close to Leah Michelle. Like, even though that girl can't read, that girl can sing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Allegedly can't read. I picked Ariana Greenblatt. I think Rachel needs to be like the youngest in the cast. In order to like get the essence of like Rachel's just so innocent and naive, like that part of her character. So that's why I casted someone so young. She was also in she was just in the Barbie movie, obviously. She can sing. And then she also was she was young Gamora in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of like blockbusters under her belt that I'm like, she needs like a steady job. So Glee is where she should.
She needs a steady job.
She does. Yeah.
Like we've done the blockbusters. Let's get ourselves on a routine similar to what we were saying last side.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, let's get him a steady job.
Yeah.
Get some insurance, some benefits, some
Yeah.
yeah.
The part of a network.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I chose Rachel Zegler because she's a real life Rachel Berry. For some reason, people just hate her.
Yeah.
But she sings wonderfully. And she really is not like trying to be anything. People are just like hating on her to hate. And I mean, her name's also Rachel. But yeah, she's got the pipes.
She definitely does.
And she's hated for no reason. So I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
She can use her personal experience.
Exactly. To really dig deep. Yeah.
I picked Maitri Ramakrishnan. I don't know if she can sing, but something about like her vibe felt like Rachel to me. Like maybe like the innocence, maybe like the crybaby essence.
Yeah.
Like
I have her in something else.
Oh, I can't wait. I just love her too.
I love her too. Yeah, it's like, great.
We love her as a lead. We know she can carry a show.
Yeah,
you know.
I love that we are recasting so many of these for like women of color, and not like just. I mean, the other ones. This slide specifically, it's just it's looking nice. I could see all of these people for sure. So
I could too.
Okay, Finn.
This was tough.
This was tough. I was like fully like
this is
searching the internet.
This is the one
idea.
Yours is miscast. We'll get there.
I was searching the internet and I was like, who could be our football jock, but then also like Finn, who loves to sing and, you know,
is
like
vulnerable. Troy Bolton.
Yeah. And so I like picked Caleb McLaughlin, and I don't know, his vibe just like gives that off. So
I could see that.
When I saw you put him on there, I was like, that is actually a good choice. And I wish I would have thought of it. All American.
Like Finn has to be kind of awkward though, too. Like he's just kind of like so awkward sometimes that you're just like, do you have any like
skills,
social awareness?
Yeah.
Okay. I picked Matt Cornett from High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh.
Hot take. I think he is way more talented and way cuter than Joshua Bassett. So I don't know what these girlies were fighting over. They should have been fighting over this man. And I
Josh
think he's
gay?
just like jock enough.
I don't think so.
He can sing, and like I feel like he has like that same like energy that Corey Monteith brought to the role, which is like
Now
just
we
kind of like this
forgot.
like gentle giant, but also like awkward, but like the jock, you know? So that's why I picked him.
I need an explanation.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I desperately need one.
The person that I chose is Ezra Miller. They are just so chaotic. And they're in The Fault in Our Stars, which is a movie about like being in high school and stuff. And they played a really good role in that. But mostly I chose Ezra because it would just make such a good show. Like,
They wouldn't even show up for filming. Like, come on. You can't
literally,
tell me.
they would fight people on the set. Like, I just think that,
They'd
like,
get fired immediately.
yes, but like, imagine that pilot episode. Like,
Oh, come on.
how amazing and chaotic and dramatic would this be with Ezra Miller?
They should be somebody else. Finn Hudson is vulnerable, all-American, reliable.
They can still do that.
boyfriend.
They can still do that.
Can they?
Yes. I'm sticking beside it.
This is a wild choice.
I'm just saying this is what I would love to see.
Yeah.
I recast, it's a time to spin the
Yeah.
character, and this would be a great
Make it
spin.
a little different. Yeah.
This is my take.
Yeah.
This is
And
like
it is.
when
It
they
is.
chose Scarlett Johansson to play an Asian
Yeah.
woman. This is
That moment.
that moment for me.
Yeah. You're like, rewrite the whole character.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
So funny.
Thank you.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Taylor Zakar Perez, but I was flip-flopping him with Puck, but also the person I picked for Puck I could also see as Finn, so we'll get there. But like in the moment when I was putting the photos on this slide, I was just like, you know what? I gotta commit to one because like flip-flopping is not right. And I just like, for some reason, I just gave me Finn a little bit more Finn energy. I don't know why. Maybe I just want to see more of him too.
Some
though.
energy.
It's the dark hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Quinn, I put Sabrina Carpenter or Renee Rapp. They both could be head bitches in charge. Like, they could give me that head cheerleader energy, but then also like transition to like when she's not on the Cheerios, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I love both of them. And they're both vocals,
Yeah.
top tier. So I'm ready for that.
I chose Dove Cameron. I haven't seen, like, I know she's working and doing like singing stuff, like, but I haven't seen her like in a show in a while. And so I'm all about giving people jobs apparently, because I'm like, let's get her a steady paycheck.
Let's get her
on a
booked.
network
Booked and
again.
busy.
I feel like she could just really nail the essence of Quinn.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure. I did Zoe Dutch only because I wanted to do Haley Lou Richardson, and I saw that I was already in there.
You
and
could have done it too.
Yeah,
There's no rules
but
here.
I was like, what's the next best thing? And it's her doppelganger, Zoe Dutch.
Good point.
So
Good point.
So
I'm going to go
funny.
with Katie's pick.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Haley Lou Richardson also came to me in a vision. Cannot tell you if that girl can sing, but just like something about her. Just like I don't know. I feel like she's less HBIC than Santana, so I just felt like maybe like she could be there and be steady, and I don't know. Don't know if she can sing.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I second that though.
You could have picked it. There's no rules.
I was going to, but
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, for Santana, I was like, who do I want to see? And I said Chloe Bailey. I love her as an actress. I love her as a singer. I think she could be the like also part 2 head bitch in charge of that. And I was like, just she gives me the vibe of Santana. Like, rest in peace, Naya. Like, we love you. I was like, second choice, Chloe.
I chose Renee Rapp for this one, and I know that Katie also did, but I chose her. I don't know. She just like, ever since she has played Regina George, we know she can be like the HBIC mean girl. So this is a little bit of a typecast, but I think she could bring like a lot to Santana. So I think it would be a good one for this, a good fit.
We know she's got some pipes.
Absolutely.
For sure. Maybe Santana will get more solos then.
Yeah.
Yeah, as deserved.
We hope.
Yeah, exactly.
My pick is Alexa Demi because she was the Santana in Euphoria.
Yeah.
So
It's a good choice,
It's
honestly.
just that it
Honestly,
makes sense.
all good choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
10 out of 10. We should cast the show, you guys. We're so good
I
at
think
this.
so.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I don't think
You just
Alexa's
become
answering the
casting
call.
directors?
No, she won't be answering
She
either.
will not be answering the call, but that's
No.
okay. That's okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get a good roster here.
Because I don't think she wants to be employed. That's the thing. Like, everybody else from Euphoria is doing something.
She's chilling.
and she's just like,
She's just vibing.
I'm
And
hot
I
on Instagram.
love that for her.
Love that.
We
and
do.
I wish I could do that.
Okay, Brittany S. Pierce. I picked Olivia Rodrigo because give her the vocals. I'm ready. And then I think she could be, not that Brittany's dumb, but I think she could like play that kind of like airy, like
Aloof.
personality that Brittany is, but like stand up for herself, kind of thing. So would love to see it.
Not these two next to each other. So I
know, I saw that.
Sabrina Carpenter. After seeing like videos of her on tour with Taylor Swift, I just think that she just like has that cute little like bounciness that Britney has. So that's why I picked her.
I did Emma Roberts. I feel like she was in something where she was
Scream Queens.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the energy that I could see there for sure. So yeah.
Oh, and she already has a relationship with Ryan Murphy because she's an American Horror Story
Exactly. Yeah.
True.
too. And Scream Queen. So she's got that.
She would
connect.
show up. She would show up.
She would definitely show up. She's looking
At
for
least
the check.
one person I could call would show up. So that's
Jason
looking
Derulo
good.
will be there too.
Oh, JC will absolutely
Yeah.
be there. Yeah.
For sure.
Bright and early.
I picked Maya Hawke. I just like was going with the aloof energy. I don't think she can sing. Rumor has it she's like in a band right now. I haven't heard
Interesting.
anything about it. A lot of people were shit talking it on Twitter.
Probably.
But I just the aloofness I feel like she could play like in the background and just be like the sidekick a little bit. Like I know Britney has her moments, but I don't know.
She is the ultimate Nepo baby.
Oh,
Both
her
parents.
and Jack Quaid.
Like just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. And she
Wow.
looks exactly like both of them. Like
It's
you look at
weird.
both and you're like, wait,
Yeah. So weird.
what a choice.
This is a
Honestly-
spread.
This is.
This is a lineup. This one, I'm still not like. I was like, okay, like
This
he's
one was
done the
hard,
musical
too.
acting. I
Yeah.
picked Joshua Bassett. Oh, I picked Joshua Bassett. I was like, okay, he's done the musical acting. Like he can,
He's
hold
begging
the
for
role,
money
I
online.
guess. But I was like, I just could not think of anyone for Kurt, and so I was like, this is it. This is where we're going with this.
I chose Troy. I think his last name is Sivan,
Mhm.
right? Okay. I feel
Sivan
like I
is
always am,
showing
like
up.
mispronouncing things, but this was my choice because I just feel the energy, you know? There's no other way to describe it other than just energy
I
for
would.
my pick.
I could see Troy only because he would bring in actual cuntiness
Yeah.
to Kurt
Yes.
that
Yeah.
the Kurt tried to
Yeah.
do, and it wasn't
Yes.
like
You might
cunty.
actually watch the scene.
exactly
Yeah.
like he would
Yeah.
definitely give like
Right.
you know what
like
Kurt was
he
not
could
doing.
give the sass that Kurt 1.0 gave, but times 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
I chose Timothy Chalamet. He was in Call Me by Your Name, and I'm like, let's continue
Wonka.
the Wonka. Let's
Chocolate.
let's just keep it going. Like I just think that would be a
going.
great little role for him to play.
He's not making $2 billion at the box office in between 5 different movies right now.
No,
but, he didn't just
he
sign
could
a
make a
multi-million-dollar deal with Warner Brothers.
He's like
Don't worry
booked
about
and
it.
busy, but we're like, yes.
Kurt
She's like,
Hummel.
our recast of Glee.
Extracurricular activity for him for sure.
Maybe we would get a Kylie cameo then.
We might want to call it Pauline Chalamet. She could be
Ooh,
Kurt
yes.
Hummel. That would be,
You know?
I could see that. This is a wild choice. It's giving Ezra where like I'm kind of not seeing
Oh,
it.
this is way better than the Ezra one for sure.
I mean, it's a little closer.
yeah,
But,
same
Wild.
lane, I guess.
If his schedule wasn't so busy.
yeah, maybe.
True.
Yeah. If it ever runs dry, call Adia for your
Thank
Glee reboot.
Thank you.
I picked Nick Galitzine, which I know some other people have cast him later on. But something about him, was it Nikki who said he's kind of giving baby girl? Like, something about that man could play Kurt Hummel. I don't know.
Could see it.
Is he getting typecast? Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
I think. Yeah.
Don't worry about
but that's okay.
Again with the
Look,
typecasting.
the blonde though.
Okay, the blonde. That's a choice.
This is Blaine.
I was like, I need this for Blaine. I saw this picture. I said yes. Anyway, I picked Nick Galitzine as well.
That became like a Lindsay Lohan
I picked him
moment.
here.
Like,
But I was like, I feel like I could see him in the Warblers outfit. I
Okay.
could just see him doing his little thing, living life. Anyway.
I chose Jordan Fisher. He honestly gives Darren Criss /
yeah.
Blaine energy. So that is why, and that is it. And again, I could picture him like in a Warbler little outfit, like ready to rock.
I chose Jacob Elordi just because he's baby girl.
yeah.
Like he would play like a sweet role, like Blaine, like so well. He's just giving baby girl. That's all.
Yeah. I picked Derek Liu. You may know him from Gen V, the Amazon Prime spinoff of The Boys. I just felt like, for me, what was important for Blaine was that he was hot.
Yes.
And we love him. And some of those scenes in Gen V, I'm like, Derek, I love you.
Derek.
Anyway, that's that. Don't know if he can sing.
Yeah.
None of these people I know.
TBD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TBD. I'll cast you either way.
That's
Fuck it.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
We can use auto-tune. Don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Someone called Drew Seeley.
Yes, that's what I was about to
Literally.
say. Call it Drew
Literally.
Seeley. This one was
Okay, so
rough.
this one was actually really tough for me,
Yeah.
but I picked Chae Woo-shik. He is a Korean actor, but he's from Canada, so he can hop over here.
Visa.
And I just think he would be like a
So
cute,
cute.
nerdy
So cute.
boy, and I would love to see it.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
You always show up with the goodies.
Yeah.
The visuals.
Like from the
goodies.
pocket.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah.
I chose Joshua Bassett for this. He just gives me arty energy. And this man needs to take several seats. Especially if he's going to be co-starring with his exes. Jeez.
Yeah, right.
From our casting, yeah.
But like I said, in the Finn slide, I chose like Matt Cornett because in my opinion, he was superior in High School Musical, the series. And Joshua just gives like the nerdy energy.
Yeah.
And that is why I chose him.
I chose Dylan O'Brien because I need to see him on my screen again.
Yeah.
And
I saw this and I was like, okay, hot take for Artie, but I
Yeah.
want Dylan like on
I
my screen.
just
So
need
like,
him on my
I'm
screen.
down. I'm here.
And he's
and-
like, rewrite the character again.
literally.
Don't worry
Yep,
about it.
and he's walking as this one.
We're
too,
starting
so-
fresh. Yeah.
Exactly. Whole new Artie, for sure. But yeah, I love D.O.B. for sure.
I picked Milo Manheim, I think. Don't know much, but something about his energy. He was in that one like movie about going to Bethlehem. Something. I know that man can sing.
What movie was that?
I wish I could remember. It came out in 2023 December.
Going to Bethlehem?
Yeah, he was
I
like
like how
playing.
you know the date and like year, but you're like,
Because like I was
don't
like
know the movie. No.
yeah, I was like gonna see it in theaters, and then I just like didn't because I'm not trying to watch like a whatever. He was in a lot
Journey
of
to Bethlehem?
Yeah, I was spot on. Love that for me. He was in a lot of other Disney stuff too, but I know the girls want him in things, and I just feel like this would be good for him. You know, just yeah, Journey. He sang in that. I know.
Definitely looks like a B movie for sure.
Oh, for
B-roll
sure,
movie.
for sure. Yeah.
I like how we keep saying like this would be great for him and his career, like as
Just
if
giving
like
scraps.
this is happening.
Yes. It is. We're actually crowdfunding. That's what this is right now.
Literally.
Everyone who's listening, we need $5.
Yes.
Please.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
50.
Yeah.
For Mercedes, I was like, no one can really like
Yeah.
hit the Mercedes Jones that I need them to hit. So I was like, she was perfectly cast. I can't think of anything. But then I was like, okay, Aaron, like it's a recast. Like you have to pick someone. So I picked Marseille Martin, and I don't know if she can sing, but she gives that like sassy like energy that I want from Mercedes. So there we go.
I chose I'm gonna butcher his name. I feel like I think it's J. Kel Spivey.
I'm feeling Jaquel.
Prob- Jaquel. Okay.
I'm just feeling Jaquel. I
Just
don't
like-
know.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if that's right. It's just what I'm feeling.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that then. I chose him. I I just feel like ever since I saw him in Mean Girls, he just gives Mercedes energy. I know he played Damien in Mean Girls, and I feel like Damien like has the same like I'm the best ever energy that Mercedes had throughout Glee. And I don't know. I just would love to see him, take a stage, and like him butting heads with Rachel Berry would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's true.
I chose Coco Jones because she can sing.
Yeah.
And she's just hot. So
Yeah. That's all you need.
Enough said.
Yeah, that's it. Love to see her on a show.
Yeah. I picked Sophia Wiley, High School Musical, the musical, the series. That is such a running theme into our castings, but I don't know.
Giving those kids jobs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. And I know she can sing. I don't know as much about the energy because I feel like the only thing I've seen her in is that, and it was such a very different character to Mercedes, but love to see it.
Okay, Puck. I picked Taylor Zakar Perez. He just gives me Puck energy. No notes. He's hot. He could be that star. So
I also picked him, but I was gonna pick KJ Appa, so I love to see that he's also on the slide. But
represented.
Yes.
yeah, for some reason he just gives me Puck energy for sure through and
he
through.
does, yeah.
Yeah, I don't gotta say nothing. I just feel like that was an easy choice for
KJ
sure.
Appa. Yeah, get him back on my screen.
We love KJ. Aaron met him.
I did. So does Stefani.
Oh, really? You met
Yeah,
KJ?
she went with me to that show as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
I
What a fun
picked
time.
Noah Centineo. Just something about him felt like Puck to me.
Have you seen him recently?
No.
That pic that he dropped.
Boy.
Traumatizing.
There's a reason this photo's the one on here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
like
what that
back
man's
in
been
the
up
day,
to.
back in the day of like To All the Boys I Loved Before, like season 1 or
That's where
movie
my
1.
brain went. Yeah.
Okay, for Tina, at first I had Jenna Ortega, but then I was thinking and I was like, oh wait,
yeah.
XOXO Kitty is out here. So I picked Gia Kim. I just think that she could be our Tina. I think she could be misunderstood and then but still be like an iconic person in the Glee Club.
I chose Lila Tung for this. I would like to see her venture away from like the cutesy girl next door and be more like the emo misfit person with a stutter. I think she could really rock it and have fun with it.
I could see that. I chose Maitri Ramakrishnan. Just love her. Like I just love the show. Like I just think she'd kill it for sure. Same picture too that we chose, which is interesting.
Yeah. I chose Amita Suman. She is Inej on Shadow and Bone. So like a very different character from Tina, but just like I would love to see her. I'm giving her a job. I would love to see her in something else.
There we
Shadow
go.
and Bone was canceled and we're mad about it, but I would love to see her. That's that.
Okay, Mike Chang.
Thank you.
Picked Forrest Wheeler. He was on Fresh Off the Boat, and I want him employed. So
It's literally the name of this episode.
Hashtag employ them all.
yeah.
I picked Ross Butler. He was on the first season. I think it was Reggie was his character's name of Riverdale, and then he left.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, buddy, get back in here. Let's do a show. See it through more than just one season.
Yeah.
And I think he would make a great Mike Chang.
I chose Manny Jacinto.
Employ
Again,
that man.
He needs something. He was just so good in The Good Place, and
Yes.
it's a disservice to this man that he is not employed. It's
He's
wrong.
in The Advocate, the Star Wars.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we love that.
Barely. I watched the
He
trailer and I was like,
Disney
where is
money.
he? Yeah.
That's no fun. But yeah, he's great. I want to see him again.
Me too. I love him.
He's good.
I picked Archie Renault. Not really sure why. Just would love to see him in more.
Okay.
Same energy, I guess.
Yeah.
He was also in Shadow and Bone, and I feel like people hated him, but I'm a malapologist, so I loved him. And he was also in that movie with Camila Mendez, Upgraded, and he was also shafted in that, where like it wasn't really a rom-com, it was like a business movie where he was also just like a love interest. So more things for Archie.
I think that's our last one.
I think so
Can
too.
any of them dance is the real question.
I could not
There
tell
we go.
you.
I feel like Manny
No.
could. I really feel like Manny could.
It's the Filipino in him.
It is.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
mean, oh, for sure.
That was a.
The Jason Derulo
was
one
a-
got me. You gagged me with
saw
that
and
idea.
I was like, I cannot wait to talk about it.
It's true.
Yeah, Jason Derulo,
You straight up
10 out of
gagged
10.
me.
It was true. When I put that photo, I'm like, this is gonna be gold. Like I just.
And it was. Thank you. To all the
honestly.
audio listeners, please just hop over to YouTube.
It's on
Click
Spotify.
You're going to want to see these
Oh,
photos.
true.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
video's on
sure.
Spotify. Just unlock your phone.
Yeah.
Open up Spotify and look at it.
Exactly.
I'll go first. My loves. There's a clip of Jonathan Bailey and Angel Wings going viral that he's been dancing. Loved it. It's been on my mind on repeat. The day list that Spotify has been like making for me, loving them. So
Yeah.
this week, Beyonce's album drops tomorrow.
We love.
I have no more. Like I'm ready.
have
be a
2
team
hours.
person.
Yeah, I'm counting down.
we got 2 hours.
Podcast at midnight. Who?
Literally.
Gosh. And then my last love, I feel like Katie talking about Dune, but like the Bridgerton, like be until May when it drops and after. But the Bath and Body Works collab, I'm loving it. I need to go.
Oh my
Katie
gosh.
changed my life. She sent me a TikTok of it, and I'm about to go purchase things. My ick, I only have one, is when people say they're gonna do something and then don't do it, but then act brand new when you're like, oh hey, like, are you gonna do this? And they're like, what? When did I say that?
Oh, is that about?
Not about anybody
Oh, I was
else.
gonna say, feels real familiar.
No.
Real familiar.
Okay.
Okay.
That's me.
Do you have?
I do. Yes, I have it
Okay.
on my thing. Sorry, I was making our.
I'm trying to remember because
Cover.
like I wrote them on my phone, and there she is.
It's right there.
She's right there.
My loves, I have two. The Capitals and the Admirals are this close to being in the fucking playoffs, and it is amazing.
Nice.
If both teams get in, it's going to be the best time of my life, but I'm going to be so broke. I don't expect the Caps to go far, even if they do get in the
Nope.
playoffs, but they're there.
Yep.
And that's
They're
all
there.
that matters. And then I turned 30 last week, which is
Yay.
2 for 3 now.
I know.
Had a birthday dinner. Katie was there. My
Love.
work friends loved Katie. Like they thought she was just like the best,
an
like
icon,
little
so.
podcast girly with like so many great things to say and stories to tell. I'm like, do you guys even
I
listen
love
to the
that.
pod though?
No,
Like,
for real.
if you like
They
Katie in
don't.
person, imagine how great it would be to listen to her all the time.
Had to put that
Whoa,
E
we
on.
have
I
31
had to-
episodes.
you.
Like, let's go.
Thank you. But it was a fun time. I'm 30. It's weird. Aaron, you're next. My
Stephanie's next, then me.
Ooh, love.
okay.
So we're 2 out of 4 today.
Yes, 2 out of 4.
We're one half.
Yep.
Yes, my ick. I'm just gonna say the name. I don't want to discuss it because there's so much discourse around it. My ick is P Diddy.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yep.
I have another love that I can't remember, so I'm just gonna move on. One of my loves is I restarted Dairy Girls on Netflix.
Oh, love.
Hate
Ooh,
Netflix, love Dairy
amazing.
Girls.
Mm.
My other love, okay, my next love / ick are spoilers. So, from a movie from 10 years ago. How, thoughts, ladies?
What's the
Do you
movie?
care? Ex
Go
Machina.
ahead.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, okay. Love. Perfect.
Wow, I've seen it. I saw it.
That's
I saw it.
new.
I know. I know.
So my love is that I saw Ex Machina in IMAX last night.
Ooh.
I went in knowing solely that it was sci-fi and that Oscar Isaac was in it, and I was sat in that theater and had the time of my life, and I fucking
love that.
love Oscar Isaac. That I like
Yeah.
It was good.
him again in IMAX. I saw him in Dune on IMAX like a month ago, but like it was not, I need him in IMAX like weekly, I think, and
Yeah.
his character Nathan, love him. My ick is that Oscar Isaac keeps taking roles where they kill him. What the fuck is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I was sitting in the theater and I looked to Nikki and I said, hey, 0% chance these two men make it out of this movie alive. But I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to know that. So
Yeah.
that's my ick. Oscar Isaac, fire your agent. Get somebody who's going to get you
Please.
recurring. I know you're in Star Wars. I can't bring myself to do it. Something else, please. Thank you.
We're making this one a short one. We'll save it for next week.
So my loves, the Bridgerton like rollout, like we're starting to get more promo, and I'm like, all right, thank you, because they gave us promo like a year ago.
Yeah, literally
in June, and I'm like, it doesn't even come out until like end of May, June this year, and I was like, you guys gave us like a little sliver a year ago.
They're
for
playing
why?
us.
Like, just they should have just waited. I digress, but I'm really excited for Bridgerton to be back on my screen. Makes me want to rewatch seasons 1 and 2. So there's time. I just might do that. Speaking of rewatches, I am on like a Modern Family rewatch kick, and I highly recommend it. Like the episodes are like 20 minutes. They're very just quick. It's so funny. I like go back and I'm like, these are some of the like they have the best comedic timing, honestly, as a cast and ensemble, and even just individually. It just is such a mood lightener. I watch it before I go to bed because it's so easy to just watch and then like fall asleep because you're happy and you're not watching something scary. I can't watch scary things before bed. And then Loves, I got a hydrofacial this week, and it reminded me of like treating myself more. So PSA, if you've never gotten a hydrofacial or facial or anything, go get one. They're amazing. Your skin will feel great and your skin will thank you. My icks, I second the P. Diddy stuff. I don't want to get into it, but I'm just like, we always knew he was a creep. I love that 50 Cent is like
has a documentary already.
I love that 50 Cent is like making fun of the fact that like he's like, yeah, this has been known kind of thing. So I'm like, good for you, 50. Also, like kind of on this theme is like the Dan Schneider stuff. I'm like, big yikes.
Oh yeah.
Like all of the quiet on set stuff and like the interviews we've seen like from Drake Bell and all that, like just ick about the whole thing. I'm like, let's just have 30-year-olds play 13-year-olds at this point. Like, let's get children off of our sets. And then another ick that's kind of a little bit lighter is, I don't know if you guys saw the Huberman like expose, like article, like looking into this man, and basically people are making jokes that it was like about like, it's basically John Tucker Must Die, but in like a magazine article. So Huberman has like a podcast. He like does wellness. He's like a scientist, professor, like super well known in like the wellness space and science community. Turns out he has like 5 girlfriends at the same time, and they all kind of banded together and were like, let's expose him. But literally the whole article is like a nothing burger. Like it's just a word salad of them literally being like, and they couldn't land the plane at the end of it. They literally were like, and the girls became friends afterwards and had like a group chat where they just like chat about things and they're better off for it. And I'm like, what is going on?
Eskimo sisters.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, like yes, cheating on your significant other is terrible and you shouldn't do it. But I was like, we're writing a whole article to expose this man about it. We have better things to write about. Like, where's the journalistic integrity? And why are we writing this story taking down this, like, yes, deserved, like, creep? But I was just like, I feel like the journalists are getting bored and they're like, well, now that all the Kate Middleton stuff is solved, like, let's write about this guy. And I'm like, Lord.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they couldn't like wrap up the article, I was laughing to myself because I was like, they have no clue where they were going with this.
True.
Ick. True. We should have not started.
Well, thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming on our pod. We loved it. We loved gabbing. GLEEKS forever. Thank you for listening, listeners. We love you, and we'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.